Imagine a woman standing in front of you, radiating an air of independence. Her energy doesn't scream for attention, nor does it beg for approval. It simply exists. It's a quiet power, an untouchable confidence that makes you stop and wonder, what is it about her that pulls me in so strongly? What if I told you that this power, this magnetism, comes from something profound yet simple, a secret to attraction, something that most people overlook, detachment, but not detachment in the sense of being emotionally distant or cold. No, this kind of detachment is the art of preserving your inner world, of not losing yourself in another person, of living with such self-sufficiency that your presence becomes a gift, not a necessity. Now, I want to ask you, why is it that the most magnetic women are often the ones who don't seem desperate for attention? Why do men find themselves drawn to women who, though loving and kind, hold their own space with ease? Why is it that the moment a woman truly detaches, she becomes irresistible? In this speech, we are going to dive deep into the truth behind this phenomenon. I'm going to show you how detachment isn't about pushing people away, it's about pulling people closer. You'll learn why being emotionally independent is not only empowering, but also the secret to creating lasting attraction. By the end, you'll understand how detachment transforms not just romantic relationships, but your very sense of self-worth. So, stay with me as we uncover the magnetic power of detachment, an art every woman can master to captivate the hearts and minds of those around her. You've heard it before, haven't you? The idea that greatness is something that comes easily, that somehow the top is just there for the taking. Well, let me tell you right now, it's a lie. There is no easy road to success. There is no quick fix, no shortcut, no magic pill that gets you there. It's a long, grueling journey. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine you're running a 350-mile race. You're exhausted. Your body aches. The finish line feels so far away, almost out of sight. You've been running for miles, and every step feels heavier than the last. You want to quit. Your mind is telling you to stop, and yet you keep going. Why? Because deep down, you know that the people who win, the ones who make it, are not the ones who have got it easy. They're the ones who keep pushing when everyone else has given up. Now you might be thinking, 350 miles, that sounds impossible. But let me ask you, what if I told you that 350 is not a number you just hear about in the distance, but a measure of the limits we constantly face? We are all running our own race, dealing with our own struggles, pushing through adversity. The key to winning is not about talent or luck, it's about resilience. It's about never stopping, even when it feels like you've hit the wall. In this speech, I'm going to break it down for you. How do we overcome the challenges that seem insurmountable? How do we find the strength to keep moving when our bodies and minds are screaming for us to quit? It's about discipline, about focusing on the steps, not the distance. It's about keeping your eyes on the horizon, even when you can't see where the road leads. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you'll know exactly why you've been doubting your own potential, and how you can take your next step forward with the kind of confidence and strength that will carry you the 350 miles, and then some. Keep watching, because we're about to break through every limit you thought you had. Resilience and determination are not just words. They are the foundation of every successful journey. Life doesn't always hand you a path that's paved, smooth, and easy to walk. In fact, for most of us, it's the complete opposite. We face obstacles, setbacks, and challenges that make us question whether we're on the right path at all. But here's the truth. Success doesn't come from being handed something on a silver platter. It comes from the grit and the heart to keep moving forward when everything around you is telling you to stop. It's about staying in the fight, even when you feel like you've already given all you have. When you look at successful people, you might think they were just born with a special talent, or that their journey was smooth sailing. But the reality is, behind every success story, there are countless moments of struggle, doubt, and fear. What separates those who make it from those who don't is not talent, but resilience. Resilience is about how you respond to those difficult moments. It's about being knocked down, but getting up every single time. It's about looking failure in the eye and refusing to let it define you. It's that fire within you that says, I may be tired, I may be hurting, but I will not quit. And determination is what fuels that fire. It's the inner strength that pushes you to keep going even when it seems like the road is too long, the obstacles too large, and the end too far out of sight. It's not about being perfect, it's about progress. Every time you choose to keep going, you build your resilience, you fuel your determination, and you edge closer to your goal. In the face of adversity, the ability to stay resilient and determined is what will carry you to victory. The 350-mile journey represents more than just a physical distance. It symbolizes the effort, commitment, and mental fortitude required to achieve something extraordinary. Life isn't always about racing toward the finish line in a straight line with ease. Sometimes it's about pushing yourself through the unknown, dealing with the ups and downs, and making progress even when things feel overwhelming. This journey can often seem like a never-ending road, full of challenges that test every ounce of your being. But here's the key. It's not about how fast you go or how many times you fall. It's about taking that next step forward, no matter how small it seems. Just like running a 350-mile race, the challenges of life often feel like they're too big to handle. You might think, there's no way I can keep going. This is too much. But when you take it mile by mile, focusing on each small step, the end goal becomes a little less daunting. You begin to realize that the journey, no matter how long, is not just about reaching the destination. It's about the strength you develop along the way, the lessons you learn, and the person you become in the process. Every mile you conquer builds resilience. Every challenge you face is a test of your character. And while the road may seem endless at times, the reward lies in the ability to keep moving forward when everything inside you is telling you to quit. By embracing the 350-mile journey, you're not just pushing yourself toward a goal. You're growing into someone who can endure, someone who refuses to be defined by the obstacles in their way. Every mile is a testament to your determination, and every step you take is one closer to achieving something greater than you could have imagined. Conquering adversity is one of the most essential aspects of any journey. No one ever reaches success without facing challenges. It's not a matter of whether adversity will come, but when. And when it does, many people buckle under pressure, give up, or decide that their dreams aren't worth the struggle. But here's the real secret. It's not the adversity itself that defines you, it's how you respond to it. When you face a challenge, when the storm hits and everything seems uncertain, that's where growth happens. It's in those moments that you are given a choice to either rise above it or be consumed by it. The key to overcoming adversity lies in your mindset. When you encounter hardships, it's easy to let fear take over and start doubting yourself. You wonder if you've taken the wrong path, or if this struggle is a sign that you're not cut out for what you're chasing. But these challenges aren't there to break you. They're there to make you stronger. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity to build character, to test your limits, and to learn lessons that can't be taught in a classroom or in any book. You can't learn resilience by avoiding adversity, just like you can't build muscle by sitting idle. It's in the weight of the challenge that your strength is built. Embracing adversity means understanding that the road to success is not linear. There will be setbacks, detours, and moments where you feel like everything is falling apart. But those moments are also the moments that test who you really are. Do you have the strength to keep going when it seems impossible? Can you rise again after a fall? The real victory isn't just about overcoming the obstacle in front of you. It's about who you become in the process. Of discipline is the silent force that drives us even when motivation fades. It's easy to feel motivated when everything is going well, when the energy is high and the path seems clear. But motivation is fickle. It's a feeling, and like all feelings, it comes and goes. There are days when you wake up feeling on top of the world, ready to take on everything in your path. And then there are days when getting out of bed feels like an impossible task. On those days, motivation is nowhere to be found, and you might feel like giving up. But here's where discipline makes all the difference. Discipline is not based on feelings, it's a choice. It's the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It's waking up early even when your body begs for rest. It's putting in the work day after day even when the results aren't immediately visible. Motivation may get you started, but it's discipline that gets you through the long haul. Success isn't about waiting for the perfect moment to act or for motivation to hit you like a wave. It's about building the habit of showing up, no matter how you feel. Discipline is the muscle that holds you steady during the storm. When the obstacles seem insurmountable, it's the discipline to keep pushing forward that will carry you through. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency. It's about doing the work even when you don't feel like it, and over time that consistent effort adds up. The small, disciplined actions you take every day build momentum, and before you know it, you're further along than you ever thought possible. It's the quiet, unglamorous work that makes all the difference. So when motivation fades, and it will, discipline will be the force that keeps you on course, and in the end, that's what leads to success. Breaking through your limits is one of the most powerful steps you can take on your journey towards success. The truth is, most of us have a tendency to settle into our comfort zones. We get used to what we know, to what feels safe, and we stop pushing ourselves to go further. It's natural. Human nature thrives on familiarity. But what happens when you push past that comfort zone? What happens when you challenge the boundaries that you've created for yourself, whether they're physical, mental, or emotional? You begin to realize that the limits you thought you had weren't as solid as you believed. They were self-imposed. You were the one holding yourself back, whether you knew it or not. Breaking through those limits requires a willingness to face fear, discomfort, and uncertainty. It's about taking the step when every part of you is telling you to stop, to hold back, to stay safe. The moment you push past that, you realize something incredible. You are capable of so much more than you ever imagined. It's not about doing things perfectly. It's about doing things that challenge you, things that make you uncomfortable, things that stretch you beyond what you thought was possible. And every time you break through a limit, you make a shift within yourself. You grow, you become more resilient, more confident, and more capable of tackling the next challenge. Life will always try to impose limits on you. Society, people, and even your own mind will tell you what you can and can't do. But the key to greatness lies in disregarding those limits. The moment you break through one barrier, you open yourself up to endless possibilities. You start to realize that what you thought were your limitations were simply opportunities to push further. So, when the next obstacle arises, don't see it as a wall. See it as an opportunity to break through yet another limit and discover the strength and potential that lies waiting on the other side. The ultimate victory is not just about reaching the finish line, it's about the person you become in the process. Too often, we focus solely on the end goal, imagining that once we reach it, everything will fall into place. We chase the achievement, the recognition, the material success, believing that they are the markers of victory. But here's the truth. True success is measured not by what you have, but by who you become. It's about the character you build, the resilience you develop, and the strength you discover within yourself when you face adversity. The journey, with all its struggles and setbacks, is what shapes you. It's what teaches you how to deal with failure, how to rise after a fall, how to keep going when everything seems impossible. The process of pushing yourself through each challenge, each obstacle, is what transforms you. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a victory in itself. It's the small decisions to stay disciplined, to continue learning, to keep moving forward, that add up to the person you become at the end of the journey. This is the ultimate victory, the person who stands tall, not because they achieved a certain goal, but because they've overcome every obstacle that came their way. It's the strength you gain, the wisdom you acquire, and the self-confidence you build. When you look back on your life, the greatest triumphs are not the moments when everything went according to plan, but the moments when you refused to give up, when you refused to let life defeat you. It's about looking at every challenge as an opportunity to grow, knowing that the true reward is not the destination, but the transformation that happens along the way. The ultimate victory is becoming the person who can endure, who can rise, who can conquer, and that person is made not in the moment of success, but in every struggle that leads to it. In the end, it's not the distance you cover, nor the obstacles you face, that define your success. It's the strength, the resilience, and the determination you cultivate along the way. The 350 miles are not just a measure of how far you've come. They are a testament to the person you've become in the process. Life will challenge you. It will test your limits, your resolve, and your character. But it's in those moments when everything feels impossible that you discover the depth of your true potential. Keep moving forward even when the road is tough. Because every step, every challenge, and every setback is part of your growth. In the end, the ultimate victory isn't in the finish line, it's in the transformation you experience, the strength you build, and the unwavering belief that no matter how hard the journey may seem, you have everything within you to push through, rise above, and conquer. Keep running your race, because the victory is in the becoming.